Welcome back, dear students. Today we are going to start with unit number 5, that is intermediate code representation. So in the analysis synthesis model of compiler, the front end analyzes the source program and produces an intermediate representation. This intermediate representation is then used by the backend of the compiler so as to generate the target code. So the information about the source language is restricted to the front end of the compiler, whereas the information about the target language is restricted to the back end of the compiler. So why do we need this intermediate code representations? So what if there is no intermediate representation, and suppose we have to design, or suppose there are three source language S1, S2, S3, and we need to convert this language to two different languages, that is target language T1 and T2. Now when we want to convert these three source language into two target language, every time what we have to do, we have to write a front end for source language 1 and convert it to a target language 1, right? Similarly, source language 2 convert to target language T1 and target language T2, and source language 3 convert it to target language T1 and T2. So here we need to design three front end, and then we have to write 3 into 2, that is for every source language we need to write a code generator for converting to T1 and T2. So in this way we need to write how many? 3 into 2, that is total 6 code generation. And similarly we'll have to write code optimizers also, that is 3 into 2. So there 6 code optimizers will also be required if there is no intermediate code representations. So what is the advantage of this having intermediate code representation? So if we have an intermediate code representations, then you can see the advantage in the same way. So suppose again we have the same three source languages and the same two target languages. Now what we'll do, we'll first convert these three source languages into a common intermediate code representation. So intermediate representation, these three source languages will be converted to a common intermediate representations. So for that purpose what we'll do, we'll write three front end obviously. Now this front ends will be used to convert to a particular intermediate representation. S1 will write one code, one front end for converting it to IR, a particular representation. S2 will write another code to convert it to IR, and S3 will write another code to convert it to a particular IR, right? So in this way we'll be writing three front end only, right? Whereas when this intermediate representation is required, this will be a common for all three languages, and now this intermediate code will be converted to two different target languages. If you want to convert it to T1, then this will be converted to T1, and then this will be converted to T2 if you want to write a T2. So here we'll write only two programs that will be converting this intermediate representations either to T1 or T2. So in this way we can write only three front end and two back ends over here, and then our purpose will be solved. Instead here we were writing front end and back end and code optimizer for everything. Here a single code optimizer will work. Only one code optimizer is written, and then it will do the purpose, right? So this is the advantage of making use of intermediate code representations. So now there are two ways of representing, or two ways of writing this intermediate code representations, two types you can say. So they are the high level representations and the low level representations. So in the process of translating a program from source language to target language, or source program to target program, what a compiler do? A compiler may produce n number of intermediate representations, right? So it can produce number of intermediate representations based on the compiler being designed, right? So these representations are then of two types. They can be a high level representation or a low level representations. Basically these high level representations are closer to the source language, right? They are somewhat similar to that of source language, or they are written in source language, whereas these low level representations are close to the target machines. So they basically are written in similar to that of the target code or the language which is of the target language, right? So now this intermediate representations are of three types. So this intermediate code or this high level representations can be of three types. First are the syntax tree. So this syntax tree are nothing but the high level representations, right? So they are high level representations. What is the purpose of it? They represents the hierarchical structure of the source program, right? So you know that we have already seen syntax tree. Syntax tree are basically representing the hierarchical structure of the source program, and by this hierarchical structure it is suitable for type checking, correct? So by using syntax tree we can do the type checking of the source program, right? Second type is postfix notation, right? So this postfix notation are nothing but they are nothing but postfix expression. Suppose expression is given, we convert it to its postfix notations. So this is another representation, right? So a low level representation is what is suitable for machine dependent task. Like these are used for register allocation, like instruction selection. The different things are done in this particular representation, right? So they are basically used for if we have some register allocation, or we need to select a particular instruction, whether like a jump instruction is used or a push instruction is used, what kind of instructions are used. For that purpose we make use of low level representations, right? So this is postfix notations. And the third type is three address code, right? So this three address code belong to both the high level, we can write it in a high level representation, or we can write it in low level representation, or we can write in between this, right? So it may vary from high level to low level. Now how it varies? It is based on the type of operator that we are going to use over here, right? So it is based on the type of operator we'll be using. Three address code may vary from high level representation to low level representation. This means that we can write a three address code in the source program language or in the target program language, right? Okay. Then syntax directed translations are used for type checking and translations, right? This means that we have learned how to write syntax directed definitions or translations, and we have seen that the application of syntax directed translation is to generate our syntax tree or a three address code or postfix notations. So by using this definition and translations, what we'll do, we'll perform type checking, we'll generate three address code or a postfix notations. So in the next lecture we'll see what is syntax tree, how syntax directed definitions or translations are written to generate a syntax tree for a given expression. And in the similar way we'll look at how three address codes are generated by making use of syntax directed translations or specifications, right? Thank you.